a proud Pinay athlete here on our show. We are in America. She's representing. She's on national television doing her thing. And it just makes me, as a Filipino, root for you so much more because it's like, yes, yes, we can do it. You know,
yelling at the TV.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so empowering seeing you do those stunts because really, you're a strong girl.
I try hard, mentally and physically. I try so hard.
Okay, so let's talk about, you know, I know that you're in the medicine industry, in the medical field, and this was something that your parents really encouraged you from a very early age.
Born.
You fulfilled it all the way through. This is what you do as a profession. But let's talk about your hobbies, right? It's obvious that you're a natural in front of the camera. When did you start doing your YouTube videos that really, you know, got you a lot of followers online?
Yeah, to a certain point, I'm just reflecting back. To this day, I've had like 16 million collective views on my videos, over 100,000 subscribers. I'm like, how did I get to this point? It's really because it started in high school, actually, because I would, you know, run around with a camera, you know, not unofficially, and then start recording my friends and the silly things we do. And I would just edit clips together. And then, you know, random strangers on the internet would just love watching it. I'm like, huh, what is this thing called vlogging? So I started that actually in high school, and throughout college, it became my job, really, was entertaining people in a camera, talking to a camera and talking about my daily life and what I do. And it's awesome. I've gotten this following since then.
Okay, so vlogging, when you say vlogging became a job, how did that come about? Like, you just made it your personal mission that every day I'm gonna vlog?
It was like more like a, you know, on a weekly basis. I started off just, you know, having, it's interesting talking to people online and having this community, especially a lot of my followers are actually Filipinos because it's, you know, I'm a Filipino American living in America and doing crazy things, you know, making fun jokes at like my parents for, you know, being
Filipino, yes.
And it grew to like this massive growth that I never expected it to be. And it's funny now because I don't post as often now, but here in Los Angeles, I actually, the other day I went to an ice cream parlor and then the girl who squeezed my ice cream, she's like, "You're ND Titan lady." I'm like, "Oh, you remember my videos?"
Yes.
And she was like, it's like, "I remember you watching you in middle school." I'm like, "Oh, what are you doing now?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm graduating college." I'm like, "Oh."
Wow. No,
awesome.
because I mean, we don't see a lot of Filipino faces on mainstream television, right? So this online space has really become a place for people like us to identify with other people.
Definitely.
And you've been that representation. So when you appear on national television in America, it gives other Filipinos that hope that, yeah, there is no bounds to what I can achieve in this country.
Exactly. And especially being Filipino, we're really boisterous and not afraid to be ourselves. And that's what I really loved about YouTube and the community on YouTube, because there was a very strong niche of us, like even just Asian Americans. We're like, Asian Americans are underrepresented on national television, and we need to get our voice out there and tell, you know, show the industry that we're a force to be reckoned with, and people enjoy watching us, and we're beautiful people. So YouTube was a great platform for that, and it's awesome because it actually segued myself into American Ninja Warrior, because in 2013, I was contacted by the producers to be a part of the show because they saw my rock climbing in YouTube videos online, and they're like, "You have a great personality and you look pretty strong. You should come on American Ninja Warrior." I was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
Okay, so when you went on the show in 2013, how did that prepare you for what you did recently? Because I know you recently were on the show, which I just watched you. Like, between that time span, what has changed about you?
So much has changed. Since that first airing in 2013, I was actually not prepared at all to be a ninja because I was just climbing at the time and I never did any agility workouts. But they're like, "Oh, it's fine, you'll have fun on the show." I'm like, okay. And I did horrible. I fell on the second obstacle. But that failure made me really motivated to just keep going because the obstacles are just so much fun and the community is great. And that's why I took actually a 3-year hiatus to train specifically for American Ninja Warrior.
Because you knew you were going to go back and you were going to crush it.
And I wasn't going to come back really soft. But so I was training all these years, and this was kind of my comeback on Teen Ninja Warrior, and I did really well. So I decided to, you know, come back on the show for regular season on American Ninja Warrior, and, you know, it was very close. I made the warped wall, but I was, you know, out of 120 people, I was the top 30.
No, and like I said, the fact that you're there, you're representing, and it's possible to be a strong, fit Pinay who's also in the medical industry. Right?
The balance of life, you know, I feel I've worked hard to balance it all out, for sure.
Yes. All right, we are with NatalieDuran. We're having a great conversation with her about everything you can and will do here in America. You just got to put your mind to it. We'll be right back.